Hello, hello, good morning. It's Eliza Bloom Robinson here. Can't even say my name. Eliza Bloom Robinson here. Was listening to something right as it clicked in to go live. So, anyway, we're here live with day 2 of the Falling into Ease challenge. How's it going so far? Have you found some interesting awarenesses as you did the exercises? If you're actually in the challenge, you got an email with some very practical tools to begin to discover really what ease is for you. You got an email for that yesterday. You got an email this morning about useless and unnecessary suffering, and that's what we're doing today on the live, today on day 2. If you haven't yet joined the challenge, you can still do that. There'll be a link. Probably in the comments somewhere. There'll be a link somewhere there. You can still jump into the challenge. We're on day 2 of a 5-day challenge. So, the topic for today, useless and unnecessary suffering. Think about that. Think about what that might be for you. Think about the ways that we suffer. And are they really necessary? I had a teacher back in well, yeah, actually even before seminaries, Reverend Ed Rabel, and he said, there is suffering on the planet, and it is our work to separate the useless and the necessary suffering from the necessary suffering. And it always causes me to go, oh, wait, what? Oh, wait, what? So do that with me. If you're watching live or if you're watching the recording, hey, Sandra, do that with me. Wait, what? Wait, what? There are ways on this planet that we do suffer. There are things that happen that cause us great pain and sometimes great distress. So we're not discounting any of that. But what we are looking to do is to identify the useless and unnecessary suffering that happens. What you'll find out if you take this deep into your journey, if you take this deep as a practice, is that actually there's very little necessary suffering on the planet. Now, certainly we have what we see in the outer, but we're really talking about the inner right now. And so I share a story in my in the email that came this morning about a time that I was suffering. I'll share a different one right now. Yeah, I know, I still suffer, right? But we were out and about and running some errands the other day, and we had something that we had to return. It was, we'd had it for a while. We got it. We ordered it actually online, and it came, and it didn't work. It was a gift for our granddaughter, and it just didn't work. So we returned it. We were on our way to return it, and it took us a few days or so. We live a long ways from the store, so we kind of make a day trip out of it. And we got there, and we're standing there, and the gal says, "Can't do it. Can't do it. You've passed your return time." We went, "What? Say what? Say what?" And we took a breath, and we just sort of stepped back a moment, and we said, okay, there's got to be a way through this. You know, what we might do typically or historically, or what you might experience, is to go into a little mini panic over it. It's like, no, and, you know, all of our reasons and all of our excuses and all of that stuff. But what we chose to do instead was take a breath, step back for just a moment, and fall into ease. We just fell into ease, knowing and trusting that when we are not reactive, there's a much greater possibility of opening the pathways. Once you open the pathways, you can then navigate through whatever situation is giving you. Now I'm talking about returning something. It was, $69 or something like that. It wouldn't have been the end of the world had we not. But you can use this really for anything that you are experiencing. Once we stepped back, took a breath, fell into ease in an instant, then the gal that was working with us called her supervisor. Her supervisor was like, how do you want your money back? And I said, well, whatever way's the easiest for you. It really doesn't make any matter. She goes, oh, you mean a gift card would be fine? I said, absolutely. Thank you so much. And all of a sudden she was falling into ease as well. A few months ago, I fell. We were in Bali, and I fell off a curb. The curb one the street one actually, and I injured my ankle in a way that here we are 9 months later and it's still fussing with me a little bit. But what happened in the moment is it could have ruined my entire vacation. It didn't. I chose not. Yes, I was in pain. Yes, I was in physical pain. Yes, I wasn't able to do all that I wanted to do, but I refused. I declined to be discouraged. I refused to let that fact affect my state of being. I had one of the most brilliant vacations, a spiritual journey that we were on ever, in the midst of a deep challenge. It's easy to fall into a place where you can be totally present to what's going on in life. It doesn't always change the outer circumstances. However, sometimes it can. So, the exercise that you were given in the email, if you're already enrolled in the challenge, was to identify the ways that you suffer. And I use suffer sort of loosely. You know, most of us who are in youth thought go, well, we don't suffer. But I want you to look deeper. I want you to look deeper and look for the places where you might be in resistance, might be in stress or tension, might be in places in your mind and your consciousness where you're sort of arguing with yourself or arguing with reality or arguing with what is. We're going to call that suffering. If you are not in complete openness, ease, flow, then you are suffering in the definition that we're using in this challenge. Okay, so I don't mean to diminish anybody who's actually in a situation that is extreme, that they are suffering. I don't mean to diminish that at all. What I mean to do is open your mind to the possibility. So, what does suffer look like? And what would ease look like? What would be different if you could fall into ease every time you noticed you were suffering? Every time you noticed you were suffering, you could catch it, take a breath, back off, and find a way through. That would be falling into ease. So whatever it is you're struggling with, we're going to do a clearing here. And you can do it live right now with me. You can do it on the recording. It will work either way. It's something that you can practice. You can put into your spiritual practice where you can do every single day. But in order to clear something, we have to activate it. It's sort of counterintuitive, right? What we want to do is we want to push it away. We want to no, I'm not bringing that. No, I don't have that. I don't have suffering. So take a breath. Would it be all right with you if you acknowledged your suffering in order to clear it, in order to release it, in order to fall into ease? And if the answer is yes, then go ahead and close your eyes. I'm going to keep mine open because I really like looking at you. But activate that feeling that is other than ease. It might be anger, it might be fear, it might be unworthy, it might be not enough, it might be something specific to a situation that you're standing in, but activate it. So that what I mean by that is let it be in your body. You're not going to create it, it's already there. But it's there in a way that is in your cells, like in your beingness. So it's like stuck. It's like sticky glue stuck in the cells of your being. And so we're going to activate it by breathing into it. What does it feel like? What emotion can you name it as, maybe? What emotions are attached to it? We don't want so much the details of the circumstance. We want to know what's inside of you, what's stuck in you. This thing called struggle, this thing called unworthy, this thing called not enough, this thing called whatever it is for you. So activate it. Close your eyes. Activate it. Let it feel it, become it. Let your body move in a way that represents that feeling. So every time I start talking about unlike ease, I just kind of have this physical scrunching, I'm like, oh, I'm going to scrunch so down I'm going to lose the camera. Oh, geez. Let it activate. Feel it in your being. Identify it. Oh, this is, and name it. Just name it. This is fear. This is unworthy. This is not enough. This is suffering. Name it. Scan your body. Where does it live? Does it have a particular place that it likes to hang out? Maybe in your shoulders, your throat, your belly, wherever. Just name it. Just identify where it lives. And as you do so, notice that it begins to get a little bit bigger. You're going to resist this, but I invite you to not resist it. Let it move out of your body. Like imagine out in front of your body that there's a container there, and let this feeling move into the container. Oh, feel the release. Like you've been trying to push down this beach ball under the water forever. Now just let it pop. Just let it pop. Let it move right into the container out in front of you. Perhaps it's a big basket, a bowl, a barrel, whatever it is. Whew. And notice what you notice. And what you might be noticing is already you can breathe a little bit better. Already you're feeling a little bit more spaciousness. Now perhaps as you're releasing this thing called suffering, you're finding another layer. It might be a guilt, or it might be a blame, or it might be a deeper layer of fear, or it might be something else entirely. So as you do that, just let that also come into the bowl, or the barrel, or the container. Just let it breathe right out in front of you. And look at it. Look at the bowl. You can keep your eyes closed, but in your mind's eye, see this thing contained. And then we're going to just simply lift it up. So take a breath. And put it in your hands. Like it might be super, super heavy if it's a barrel, but it's all right. Just start. We're going to lift it up. We're going to begin to lift it higher and higher and higher and higher. You can't see me lifting, lifting, lifting up to your eye level. Look at it. Name it. Acknowledge it. Oh, look, there you are. And then on 3, we're going to toss it. Because by now it's gotten lighter. Notice? 1, 2, 3. And now what you might notice is a sprinkling of a new energy falling down on you like a rain, like a gentle rain. It might be sparkly, it might be colored, it might be tingly. What is it? Feel it. Open your crown, open your throat, open your eye, open your palms, open your heart, and simply receive this. We'll call this, for the sake of the group experience, we'll call this love. We'll call this ease. Notice what it is for you. Perhaps it has a definable quality to it. And if not, we'll use ease. Whew. Let it permeate and penetrate and fill the inner spaces of your being, all the space that was created as we let go of suffering. All the space that was created by first feeling it, identifying it, accepting it, allowing it, and then releasing it actually into the quantum field so that it can be transcended and returned to you as ease. Ooh, take another deep breath. Really bring this down into your body. Really bring it down into your torso, down into your hips, down into the palms of your hands, down into your feet. And notice what you notice. Perhaps you feel still or quiet or lighter. Perhaps you have a new awareness. What is it for you? Be sure and type it in the comments. Whether you're here live or you're watching the recording, type it in the comments because we want people to know what you're experiencing. We want people to have the experience along with us. So place your hands on your belly, lower belly, kind of between your hip bones down there. We'll anchor this in. I trade suffering for ease. I am willing to fall into ease. I fall into ease any moment I choose. Ease is available to me. Ease is mine. Ease. 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 I'll just take a moment to just look behind me. I'm on my deck, Hot Springs Village, Arkansas. Behind me through the trees you can see the water. The trees are starting to turn. I'm not sure you can see the colors in this particular video. There's a little bit there. And I want to share this with you as a moment of ease, because we're leaving. Oh, we're done for the season. We're going to leave. We leave actually first thing tomorrow morning. So today is our last day here in Hot Springs Village, Arkansas for a while. We're traveling to Arizona where we'll spend the winter, because it's not nice enough here. It's like in the 80s. It's beautiful. It's glorious. So I wanted to just share that with you. Tomorrow we'll be living perhaps from the airport as we're traveling. But for now, in this Falling into Ease journey challenge, day 2, one more thought about clearing. When we clear in this level of work, when we clear, when we activate, name, allow, lift, and transcend, we are not trying to get rid of anything. Okay, feel the difference, because in New Thought, we're really good about denying it and saying we don't have it. The truth is we have it. If we didn't have it, we wouldn't be able to find it. We have it. In this level of work, we have it. We bless it, basically, by seeing it, acknowledging it, and we transcend it. That's playing in the quantum field, playing with quantum mechanics and quantum physics. So don't try to get rid of anything. Simply allow it, transcend it, and fall into ease. That's it for today. Thanks for being here with me. Be sure and post in comments so that we know that you're watching. We know that this is impacting you. It's being the Falling into Ease Challenge Facebook group. So if you haven't joined, jump on over there and get in that as well. So have a great day. Much love. Mwah.